Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another edition of Let's Talk Chelsea. Now before we get into the video and the topics to discuss, I want to do some admin and give a shout out to the video I uploaded yesterday, which was a discussion with Yannick from Football Therapy. We talked about the start of the season, defensive concerns, Frank Lampard's versatility, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, lots of stuff that we delved into, and definitely an interesting and eye-opening discussion, which is something I'm going to continue to do on this channel, is bring on guests from the Chelsea community and the football community to discuss football in in-depth and long-form discussions. Definitely go and check it out. There'll be a card up here and also the link in the description box below. But let's get into the video with the first story, which was the news about the Champions League squad, which got announced yesterday. There was lots of positive reaction in terms of the amount of homegrown players within the Chelsea squad, which is really positive for the club. And the great thing I sort of take from this and sort of look at is that in previous years, when homegrown players, when academy players have been named in a squad, you always got the feeling it was just to make up the numbers. Maybe if we needed to throw someone on the bench, but with Lampard, with his belief in youth, with his belief in a meritocracy in terms of team selection and picking the best players based on merit rather than age, you absolutely feel that there are some of these players who could feature. When they get named on the bench, there is absolutely the chance they can come on, like Billy Gilmour. And I think Gilmour will be one of these players who I think will get minutes in the Champions League. Hopefully, if things are going well. Hopefully, if it isn't as hostile or as unpredictable as the situation as it was in Sheffield United. But I think when he puts players on the bench, he truly believes that he can play them. I remember in previous seasons, the likes of Conte, even Sarri, I think at times would make maybe 2 subs because they didn't believe in the bench and maybe had to throw in players last minute because of injuries, because of suspensions. Frank will have that belief. If he believes that is a good player to come on, he has full confidence in their ability and capability to play for Chelsea. So I think they will get minutes along with the expected names. And just like I did in my reaction to the draw, and just like I did in my prediction video before the season started, I truly do believe, because of the low expectations, because of the unpredictability, and the fact that we are in a transitional year and only at the start of hopefully our journey with Frank, there can be something special that can happen, and we can definitely prove people wrong. And for a lot of the younger players, it's going to be amazing experiences for them, just the same as it has been for like Tammy and Mason. You would consider them, of course, first team players now, but those players haven't played in the Champions League for Chelsea before, so that's going to be a major experience for them, along with other squad members. And I think it can be really exciting. And I think we've got some really exciting games that are going to teach his squad a lot of lessons, and hopefully we can progress into the next round. So I'm happy with the squad. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. The next story is another injury to Chelsea's squad. Just not lucky at all with injuries at the moment. And it came with Mateo Kovacic having to leave international duty with Croatia to come back to Cobham. It got reported originally of an Achilles injury, which brought back memories of both HUDSON-ODOI and LOFTUS-CHEEK, who of course have been out for months with that type of injury. But more info has come out that apparently it's an inflamed Achilles, which apparently isn't as bad. I've seen Simon Phillips delve into this a bit with an injury analyst, and apparently it's not as bad as first thought. And with rest and recovery, with the international break now, he might still be able to feature against Wolves. So it isn't the horrific injury it first seemed to be. And of course, because of that area being limited at the moment, Frank isn't playing with a full deck. He still has players to come back, and especially with a difficult week post the international break to come up, we need players like Kovacic fit. So the hope is it isn't too bad, and the hope is as well Kante can come back into that team, and hopefully the period off means that he can come back in and really strengthen that midfield. But we're going to have to wait and see, of course. My hope is he's doing well. The club are nursing that injury, and hopefully he can get back to fitness, because he's had a brilliant start to the season. Let me know your opinions on Kovacic and his start in the comments below. And the last story I just wanted to touch on was the third kit being released. We all sort of knew what it looked like. The unfortunate thing nowadays is what kits look like months in advance. So it really just was waiting for it to be released. I like the kit. I think Nike have made some nice kits actually this year. There has been the accusation, and I think it's a fair one, that in previous years there has been a template feel to a lot of the kits. You'd look, I remember the first year they did kits with us, Tottenham's first kit looked eerily similar to, I think, our away kit. And this year, they're 3 distinct kits, I think, and I really actually like the third one. And what I think is most interesting with it is the fact that Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham were all over the promotional photos for it, which is really exciting. And I think it's going to be something we're going to continue to see, because this is a new era of Chelsea, and these are now going to be the stars of Chelsea. And as they do well, they're going to get more prominent. And I think it's really nice to see that those players, young Chelsea players, are now featuring as poster boys for this Chelsea side, even a couple of weeks into the season. So that's the exciting thing. And you know, I sometimes I get quite frustrated with the amount of sort of divisiveness of things on Twitter, and people just arguing over a kit, and I'm just like, the amount of kits they release now, it's like I just don't understand why people get so irate about this stuff. I understand kits mean a lot, and kits when I was younger, the Umbro kits, the Fly Emirates kits, that even, you know, if you're from a different generation, the Auto Glass kits meant a lot to you. But I think that people just get too emotional about these things, like a lot of things in life. But I like it, may pick it up, just like the first kit. Really nice kit, and be good to see us play, I think, against Lille in the Champions League. Our first away Champions League game apparently is when they're going to debut the kit. So it'd be nice to see it on the players, and hopefully with some good results to go with that kit. So that'll be interesting to see. Let me know your opinions on the third kit in the comments below. So that is it for this edition of Let's Talk Chelsea. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.